Mitch McConnell.
Wait, what
How
happened?
do you think about that? He was voted out.
No, not Mitch McConnell.
It was Kevin McCarthy.
No,
Kevin McCarthy, way different.
I wish Mitch McConnell was voted out.
That man needs to go home and go to bed.
A lot of our politicians need to go home and go to bed.
Just need a little nap.
They're so old. No, they need to go take a nap and then retire.
You could probably retire and then take a nap.
We're flirting with the canceled line again here.
I don't know. I'm okay with listening to this.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Then welcome back to this episode of the Right Podcast. Yep, that's the one. That's the one we're going with. It's locked in. This is session 76. How you guys doing?
Oh.
It's been a bit.
Good,
It's been a hot second.
Dying.
Jeff, you know this is the second of a double session.
Yep.
So we know everything that just happened.
Oh, yeah. Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Kirsten's just dying a
A
little bit over
withdrawal. But backstory, both of my sessions or both of my campaigns have been on hiatus. I have been not allowed to play RPGs for a while, and this is our first time back.
there. Yeah.
Been a bit.
Turns out people traveling,
Yeah.
COVID, sometimes just
Real
happens.
life. Yeah.
Real life. It
Hate
comes
it.
at you fast.
Nope, don't
But
like it.
that's why we got a backlog. That's why we do double sessions when we do the double sessions.
Like now.
Like right now, I'm sure we all remember everything that's happening fast. It's so fresh in our minds.
Mhm.
I'm sure you guys won't have any issue explaining to me what happened this past session.
Oh, what a great time we had.
It was
Jeff.
a great old time. I
Yeah.
enjoyed myself quite a bit.
Episode 75.
Yeah. Right.
It was a classic.
Yeah. Okay. So it started off with Alex as a butterfly because we were in a dreamscape,
Yep.
you see, and we were dealing with the entity that I call Chris, that in universe may or may not be known as Chris, because I don't even know if they have Chris Rock or Chris Angel. But anyway, it's the Rock Angel entity. They were there.
Mm-hmm.
They were doing some weird stuff to Claire. So we took issue with that and started a fight. Fight was really cool. A lot of fun. Nona hated it. I had a great time.
The character who historically does not have a good sense of imagination.
Anything like
do
that.
good in a
She
dream.
was just sitting there the entire time being like, this is bullshit. What even? But anyway, so we had a dreamscape battle. It went pretty okay. Do we want to recap over all of the plot things we learned? Is that a thing that's...
I think that would be a good idea,
Okay.
especially for some of the people at the table who don't necessarily take notes.
Cool.
I don't
All locked in right in here.
like a steel
I have exactly as much as I need.
So anyway, we learned that Claire apparently possesses something called the Spirit of the Ancients, which is currently our leading theory on this. Is that's the thing that also Tony has, where you like get a second psychic power from your relatives that is passed down to you when they die. We saw some flashbacks of Claire's memories of things happening to her, and there was one I believe we determined to be of her mother, which is how we also partially figured this out. I had a brief conversation with Tara about the shibboleth. Tara has never heard of the shibboleth. Alex put together a very cool conspiracy theory board with a lot of like red twine and stuff. We've all been clipped at this point, so everybody knows about, and clipping is the procedure that lets you remember the
shibboleth.
The shibboleth, that's
Yep.
correct. What else? We arrive at Dimos.
Yep. We're
Gemena?
Gemena is how I have
Gemena?
it written.
It might be Gemena.
Is it
Gemena?
Gemena. Yeah, I know. I was the same failure mode. Same failure mode.
Fair enough.
I've been doing too much
Use the
Duolingo
J.
Spanish.
Yeah, we got a little
I'm gonna write
backstory
it as
on.
Jim Mena. There we go.
Gemena?
Gemena. Like, that'll help, right?
That actually,
If you
yeah.
write it as, yeah, right? If you
You're gonna
write
do
it
that?
as JIM.
Pull back the curtains a little bit. It's gem, as in like
Oh, Gemena.
Gems.
That,
Gemena.
I don't
Well,
get
I can
it.
it's a
spell
gem
that.
fire. I got it.
Gemena.
Gemena.
Gemena. Cool.
And
Don't you hate it when people just slightly miswrite?
it must happen all the time, in my notes at least. So yeah, we got some Dimos backstory. There's a bunch of like nanite fields all over the place.
Yes, the best environmental hazard.
Very spooky, very dangerous. From during some Scream Time war. And so it's kind of dangerous and rogue out there, but there are some cities like Gemena that are safe from those.
That is right. I think that's about everything that I had.
And you had the cool Torqs with their crystal shaved into armor.
Exactly. So you guys landed.
And also maybe we got arrested. It's very unclear. I don't think we actually got arrested, but we didn't not get arrested.
We're just going through customs. Like it's
we were selected for a random search through customs. I think is roughly the level that I'm currently feeling.
The order of events was you arrived at Dimos, you sent out a hail, you responded. They were like, "What's your purpose?" They're like, "We would like to see Drikt. We have, a letter of introduction."
And then they were like, "Cool, land here." And then they were just weirdly creepy about it for no reason.
Another Torq came on and it was like, and confirmed what you were meant to do. You landed, and then I think he effectively said, "I need you to come with me."
Yeah, that's right. I'm telling you, random search.
It was just not exactly being arrested. But as you said,
it's not exactly not being arrested.
That's how I feel whenever somebody tells me to follow them.
Am I being detained?
They're like, "You want to go to dinner?" I'm like, "Oh, what?
Are you a cop?"
Taking me to a secondary location.
You have to tell me if you're a cop. Or else it's entrapment.
Yeah, and I think that's about it. Micah also turned into a Gundam.
That's right.
And then
that's
shot
right.
Nona.
That whole. I'm not gonna recap the whole fight scene.
I just really liked
it was good, but people should go
fun.
Back and listen to it. We shouldn't taint their memories.
Fair enough.
And
our memories are certainly tainted.
You're not holding it against me that I shot you with a railgun, which
I
I appreciate.
honestly just assumed that roughly what happened. It was a little bit different. I thought you were mind controlled as opposed to body swapped, but
close
I was
enough.
like, we've seen this before. I understand what's happening.
There's also the chance that it was just a dream. It could have just been Claire's dream. It could have not been real.
It's just a weird ass dream.
Occam's razor. Like there's no reason.
Oh,
that.
Also a thing that I didn't write down, but I think that we've technically implemented, and now it was my character's duty to follow through on, is that we've got like a setup rotation of like keeping an eye on people while they're sleeping, like just ready to inject them with the adrenaline.
That's
Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street style, if anybody looks like they're having a bad time. So that will be happening unless...
It's like reverse Freddy Krueger.
Is it?
Krueger, yeah.
No, because you want to wake them up from the dream because they're in danger in the dream.
Isn't that exactly Freddy Krueger?
He doesn't want to wake them up.
Do that.
No, sorry. It's Nightmare on Elm Street's rules, not Freddy Krueger rules. It's Nightmare on Elm Street.
Freddy Krueger is on Nightmare on Elm Street, right?
Yeah, but David's saying that it's not those rules because Freddy Krueger wouldn't want that.
No, he wants you to sleep,
teenagers.
bitch.
Baby Johnny Depp wanted that.
Sure, I see what you're saying.
Johnny Depp's in that movie?
I know.
Yeah,
it's so weird.
It's
a baby Johnny Depp.
He turns into a geyser of blood.
Whatever happens.
Spoilers for a 30-year-old movie.
Dude.
40-year-old movie?
Yeah, probably.
Anyway.
What movies has he been in lately? I feel like I haven't heard from him in a while.
He's really good in Secret Window. I like that one. That's not recent.
That's not a recent one.
No, it's not. It was good though.
It's not a recent
Just
movie,
tossing that out there.
Anyway, let's
and
go.
Welcome back to 7 Seats to the Left, our movie review podcast.
7 Seats.
Did you say seventh scene to the
7 seats? 7 seats,
to
like
the
in
left.
the row. Yeah,
I'm enjoying. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one. It's pretty solid.
All right,
Depends on the size of the theater.
Dropping us into the scene. You guys just landed.
And we just
in
almost kind of
Gemena.
got arrested.
Gemena. You have been approached by this Torq, who I'm not entirely sure. I think I described them, but I will describe them once more.
Oh, of course.
A taller Torq with an obsidian skin and green-white speckling. The crystals embedded in their skin seem to have been cut into a thick carapace, skillfully crafted into an armor. Thick in areas around the chest and limbs and thinner or non-existent in the joints. 4 triangles lie carved into the armor on either shoulder. And this Torq approaches you and says, I would like you all to come with me, if you don't mind. And at that, can I have you all make a wisdom notice check? We're rolling some dice. We're getting started.
buddy.
Here we go.
Let's do it.
I roll 3d6 and drop the lowest.
Wisdom
Okay.
notice.
believe that's a 6 total for me.
7.
Okay.
Rocking it.
10.
All right. So all of you notice the following.
All right.
It's a Torq.
It's Torq. There's a
And
Torq in
It's
front
just
of
an
you.
elephant.
You get the feeling that he wants you to follow him.
You also notice that the shipyards tend to be at pretty busy areas. This shipyard is pretty dead. In fact, the only people that are currently here right now are Torqs, and they're kind of not necessarily in a formation, like framing the ship, but they are kind of surrounding you.
They're not in a formation, but they're not in a formation.
It's a loose formation, if that makes sense. They're not in like a line, like at a firing line.
Yeah, we're kind of arrested. We know.
But they
All right,
are
cool.
armed.
They are armed. In fact,
Constantly.
they appear to have these strange-looking guns. They're V-shaped with the trigger in the kind of the corner of the V. So like they point the pointy
point.
end
So
of
just like-
the V out.
Oh.
Wait, the trigger. So
The
are
trigger
there 2
sits-
prongs sticking at you or 1 point sticking at you?
1 point sticking at you,
Okay.
and the 2 prongs are on their arms.
Well, that just looks, on their
Oh,
arms.
that's pretty
It's not in
cool.
front of them. I was going
Yeah.
to say the 2 prongs pointed at them. That's dangerous. They could fall
Yeah.
over at any moment.
It has a very short barrel. They seem to be more useful at a shorter range. But they
We're
don't
getting a lot for this 6.
Tell me more
Yeah.
about these guns. There's
Anyway.
a barrel?
It's a barrel.
More of a Y.
The barrel is like an eye on the end of the V, but it's a short eye.
It's
It's lowercase I,
like
but
a
missing
grape with a
the little.
straw through
Yeah.
it.
Anyway,
Yeah, such
Roll
a way
sixes
with
more
words.
often.
these guns are not trained on you, but they are present.
Thank you.
Um,
I appreciate that because we haven't done anything yet.
We're here
Alex,
completely legally.
you
for like,
take a look around the shipyard and you notice something a little bit extra. One, there doesn't appear to be a ton of ships around, but one ship catches your eye. It's one that you've seen before.
I know
is it the
that.
last?
Is it the Laughing Devil?
It's the Laughing
I-
Devil.
Oh my god!
I sense that son of a bitch as soon as
From a mile away.
Everyone get back on the ship.
Oh my god!
We're leaving.
Actually, officer, we're good.
I don't want to be on this planet anymore.
We'll
This
find
was a
another
mistake.
shipyard.
For those of you at home who do not remember this, the Laughing Devil is in fact Tony's ship, and that's why this is funny. Okay, cool.
The boy returns.
Anthony LeBeau.
Yes.
Anthony, little bitch. Alex will kind of like semi hold his hands up and go, yes, of course. I'm sorry, is there a problem, officer?
No, no problem.
Is officer right? Is that?
Ruby, you can, I'm
sorry,
yes, sorry.
Ruby. It's my first time on.
Yes,
our first time on Dimos.
Ruby Vox. You could say just Ruby. You could say
That's
Vox
so
is a little
cool.
too familiar.
Of course, you want
Jeff,
the title. You have a title.
I
Use the
want to
title.
jump into like a half-hour discussion about the different gem types and how this relates to the ranking of the various Torqs. I love this so much. Okay, continue. Thank you.
It has to deal with the hardness.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And you made it weird.
What's the hardness of it? Anyway.
You heard it.
No problem. There's a sensitive matter that needs to be discussed, not out in the open, but I would like you to come with me.
Sure, by all means. Great.
And at that, the Torq in front of you kind of nods his head to Torqs on either side of him and says,
Vox, Speaker, and Crux, come along with me.
and you were led with these 4 Torqs through the city. The city, it's a little strange. Most of the buildings that you see are towers. These towers seem to be constructed almost entirely of some kind of crystalline structure. And it's a lot of fractured bits that all seem to be kind of glued together. So it's almost like a shattered piece of, pottery that has been kind of glued together. And all of these different crystals come with a different shade, various, reds, oranges, blues, greens, so on and so forth. It's actually quite pretty. But it's a fairly open area. And you're taken a little bit into this encampment. And meanwhile, as you take a look around, there's not a ton of life to be seen. But the life that you do see is entirely Torq. In fact, every single Torq that you see is different than any Torq that you've seen before, and they all match Flux, Vox, Beaker, and Crux with this kind of crystalline carapace armor and these various triangles shaved into their shoulders. You notice that Flux, who seems to be the commanding officer of some kind, has 4 triangles, whereas Vox has 3, and Beaker and Crux have 2. And they take you in silence. So if you want to start a conversation, you can. Otherwise, I'm just going to jump us into you being taken into one of these structures. Any questions about that so far? Nope. All right. You finally arrive at a building. It's a squat building. A lot of these buildings are built up quite tall, tower-like, but this one is squat. 1, maybe 2 stories at most. And as you walk through the building, you notice that it's not translucent, even though the outsides of these buildings seem to have this structure of crystals kind of all pasted together. The inside seems to be held together by, generally brick and mortar, some metal in some places, but they are kind of ramshackle. It seems to be more support to the outside. So in some areas, light can come in, and other areas, it's blocked up by just bricks and whatnot. It seems like some of these used to be some kind of structure from long, long ago that these crystalline towers have kind of been built around. And you're taken into a room, and there's this long table in front of you guys, and Ruby offers you to sit and asks the rest of the Torqs to wait outside.
Sorry, really fast clarifying question. Ruby is Flux or Ruby's
Sorry,
Vox?
yes. Ruby Flux.
Ruby Flux. Okay.
His name is Flux. His title is Ruby.
No, I got that. I just had it written down as Vox, and I wanted to make sure
yes,
I
sorry.
mess that up.
There is a Vox.
Yeah, cool. So it's Ruby Flux, which is the highest commanding officer, and then the rest are following, and that's Vox, who's 1 level under, and Beaker and Crux, who are 2 levels under, if the triangles correspond to.
That is correct.
The leveling of the thing.
You would have quickly been introduced to each one of these. This is Garnet Vox. Garnet Vox is a short, stout Torq with a white marble skin, the ebony flex. Opal Beaker and Opal Crux. Beaker's a little bit more barrel-chested, while Crux has a clipped left ear.
Cool. You may proceed with your plot now.
Yes. So Flux sits you all down and says,
I understand you are here to see Drikt. Can I ask you what the purpose of visiting Drikt is?
Yeah. Well, we are really an escort. And if you look at that seat, well, a man will materialize.
hello, yes, I'm here as well.
Solid.
Yes, it is my letter of introduction that we are using. I conversed through a Torq by the name of Quark, and at that, Flux kind of takes out a compad of some kind and says,
Yes, Quark, on Fistos?
Yes.
Right, okay. So you're here to visit Drikt via this man, and you are all here to talk to Drikt about what?
Matters of scholarly interest, I suppose.
Right. What scholarly interest in particular?
I'm not the scholar here.
Leggett will hesitantly look over at Nona.
I'm going to shrug and say, I mean, interest in true AI, VI, robotics, that nature of things.
And at that, Flux kind of leans back into their chair and says,
I'm sorry. How familiar are you with Torq culture?
Would say not a lot. Is there something we should know?
Drikt, Drikt is a member of the Crystal Guard. We are all members of the Crystal Guard. We watch over when a Torq passes on, moves on to their next stage of their lives. They need a place to be protected, so they are not shattered before their rebirth can happen. That's what Gemena's here for. Occasionally, you are chosen at hatching to become a Crystal Guard. When you become a Crystal Guard, you abstain from any form of augmentation, and additionally, scholarly pursuit is generally frowned upon. So I'm aware that Drikt has a past in these various areas, but I was not aware of him working actively.
By our understanding, he was attempting to figure out things that he had previously discovered in a past life.
And at that, Flux starts like writing down in some notes.
Yes, I owe nothing to this man.
What do you know of Drikt's work?
We came across one of them on Fistos. Yeah, that was a time.
All right.
Yeah, we know he was a contemporary of another researcher, Dr. Samantha Calvin, who we've looked into some.
At that, Flux leans forward and their eyes narrow a little bit. And they say,
Where were you 4 days ago?
It's a good question. How long was the
I
spike
think
trail?
we were in space.
It's time is just so
I'm pretty
like
sure we were in space. Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, no, I trimmed it.
Faster,
You were
we were
fast-
still on
We were on
Fistos.
Fistos.
You're on
faster than
Fistos.
We were
light
on
travel
Fistos.
is.
Oh, we were under contract then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, we were on Fistos.
On Fistos.
Yes.
In Novavox. Actually, hold up. I can
Exactly 4 days ago. I mean, like that's
Like
And you won't
When
mind
was that,
me
Monday?
cross-checking this with some authority on Fistos.
Aletta or
Sure.
Espana would be who you want. Espana?
Espana, I think.
Jeff?
it doesn't have an Enye, but
Gaspana.
sure.
Espana. Aletta or Espana?
if she has time, she's very busy.
Yes, sorry.
She will
And
most likely
they really
vouch
write
for
down
us.
one more thing.
Something bad happened.
And at that, you see Flux kind of roll their shoulders and they say,
4 days ago, Diamond Drikt died. And they're not coming back. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but during a crystallization process, their crystals were shattered. They will not be reborn. They are dead and gone.
I'm sorry, something happened to them here? Like they were reforming what? I mean, I'm sorry, that's awful news, but I'm afraid I don't understand.
Drikt was found in their workshop, in their study in particular, shattered. Torqs have the ability to cause the crystallization process to occur at a increased pace. It is possible that a Torq can literally turn to crystal at any moment if they will it to start the cycle anew. They started this process without anyone knowing, and then were shattered. When that happens, there's no new Torq at the end of it. The line of Drikt is gone. Done. And I want you to understand very clearly, this has not happened in Gemena since the Scream itself. And to lose a diamond over this is worrying indeed.
Jeff, quick question.
yes.
It's been a hot second and I don't write down dates.
Yeah.
Where were we 4 days ago? Because again, it's been a bit.
It took you about 2 days to travel here.
Sure.
You guys spent about a day in Novavoxus, after you got back from the Terra fight. So about 4 days ago was around the time of the Terra fight.
Which means the odds of this being able to be directly traced back to Deacon are relatively low.
It's unlikely.
Because I think I trimmed coming here.
You can't really...
Did I not? No,
trimming,
we didn't trim because we're in the same system.
Exactly.
That's right.
Trimming
so
only
we can't,
happens during
but you
a spike
can't
drill.
speed it up, basically.
Yeah, you need a stronger, whatchamacallit?
Like
spike
normal
drive.
Engines.
Basically, yeah. If you have a higher grade spike drive, the engines are basically upgraded. You can go faster.
That's fair. Assuming I know all of this, again, the question is, what are the odds that this could have been Deacon?
Knowing what you know about Deacon, very low.
Sure.
As far as you know, True AI, while they have the ability to use this quantum phylactery, cannot be in two places at once. So there's a possibility that right at the time you shattered Deacon, they were in Dimos, then killed Drikt.
And then,
like, it's possible.
Sure.
Like, that's how that would possibly happen.
Play out, but that's the only kind of option.
Yeah, that would probably be the only feasible way that you would have for Deacon to have been involved somehow.
Well, yeah, I guess I can understand why you wanted to talk to us, showing up, asking after him then. Yeah, I'm not sure what else we're able to tell you. This was the business we're here on. Why does a Torq, when they do, why would a Torq choose to start this crystallization process early? I mean, as I understand it, the crystals can get quite cumbersome at some point, but besides that fact, what other reason?
We don't know entirely. The best explanation is it's a built-in defense mechanism. If we were at one point faced with a great monster of some kind, something that was hunting us back on our home world, if we turned into a crystal, we would no longer be edible. And so we would be left alone. We would take 50 to 100 years to come back, but the Torq itself would still be around. So it's a defense mechanism, but a very dire use of one.
So Torqs don't normally do this on a whim?
Absolutely not. During that same day when Drikt was found, we found his workshop was broken into. In fact, we captured the intruder at the same time. We found Drikt later. We have reason to believe that this man committed this murder. Yet he insists upon denying such an allegation.
That's a shame.
You're just gonna gonna lean in because this one's a chatty Cathy.
That's
Say
pretty
more
crazy
about your ongoing investigation.
Torq, for as logical might not be the best word for us, but for as grounded in reality most Torq are, a dead Torq is the source of many superstitions. I am unable to get a group together who would wish to investigate Drikt's workshop because they believe that the soul of Drikt is still there and no longer has a body, and without a body has become tormented, and any Torq who comes in contact or near the dead Drikt will have their own soul feasted upon. You are the first humans to come by to ask for Drikt, and I would be willing to help you, perhaps provide even any research that he may have, if that is indeed what you are talking about. But we would rather not step foot into that workshop anymore.
Ruby Vox, I mean, we have a fairly good track record as mercenaries, and with little else to do on the planet, we might be able to help, surely. I believe in ghosts, but, I don't think my body is particularly desirable for a lot of things, living or dead. So, I'm pretty chill with that. Especially if, it can do anything to help such a grievous loss to the galaxy, the planet, the world, the universe.
Are we looking for extra bodies to inhabit? Because I've got some.
I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm happy with this
I think
one.
we're all right. Yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, if that works for us, I think we could look into that. One thing only is our ship does, I think, kind of need some repairs. Maybe if we help you with this, maybe you could help expedite that a bit, because we do have some things off world that we sort of need to be getting along to also.
Yeah, so there's already time built in while we wait
Yeah.
for those very important repairs.
I can have my mechanics look into it.
It doesn't turn. It only goes straight.
No, it turns now, but
Well,
it
yeah, it
doesn't
turns
turn
now.
well.
That's problematic for a starship.
Yeah.
I can have my folks look into it. Absolutely. One note: the only people that know about this are myself.
Yeah.
One moment.
Get the list.
Mhm.
Myself, Garnet Vox, Opal Beaker, and Opal Crux.
I'm sorry,
The
Garnet.
people who are
Garnet
in-
Flux.
No.
Garnet.
It's
I'm
Ruby
Ruby
Flux.
I'm
You're Ruby
Ruby Flux.
Flux.
yeah, it was
Ruby Vox Flux. Ruby Flux Vox.
I'm Ruby Flux.
Ruby Flux.
That's Garnet Vox over there. There's
Right.
Opal Beaker and Opal Crux.
They're like, he's dead.
Can you just imagine? Oh shit! I thought you were the other Opal.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm so bad at keeping secrets.
No, I'm little boy Timmy. That's my rank.
little. It's just little. And then his name
the
is
softest
Boy
gem of
Timmy.
all.
Garnet was the head captain of the guard for Diamond Drikt. Garnet Vox was the one who found him. It would probably be a good place to start.
That individual right over there.
Yes.
Love it when things are this easy.
Can do that.
Opal people. Opal people. Opal people. Opal Beaker and Opal Crux. I did this to myself.
Opal people.
Are also members of the Drikt's Honor Guard, but were stationed at the shipyard at the time.
Ooh,
Wonderful.
we gotta know who left.
Additionally, if you wish to talk to the man we apprehended,
No.
he is in our brig.
No, no, it's okay.
So
I am ready. As soon as
I
you
really
figure out
want
that it was
you
him,
So
I
you say
want
man.
to kill him.
I don't want to know anything else about it.
Oh wait, you hate him too?
Oh yes.
I mean, you hate this person. Who I don't know who it is. I don't. He is not my friend.
Tropes are fun.
No, but no, we should. Maybe this would be a good.
We
This would
have
be a
to.
good time. This would be a good. Whatever. We should talk to
Fine.
them, whoever they may be.
This man. This is a mysterious man.
This is this mysterious man I've never seen before.
So about that ship in the shipyard, is that like for grabs?
That is the perpetrator's ship.
Oh no shit.
You don't.
Oh god.
Wow.
Okay.
We have taken it. It's not up for grabs.
Okay.
Oh.
I understand.
I don't think it'll actually fit in our ship anyway.
It can fly.
Can anybody else fly? The last time I left y'all alone with the controls, it was bad.
I know how to turn it on.
I can fly okay.
That's right. You weren't there.
I don't remember when that
it was
happens.
Claire and Alex
It's
looking
trying
at
to
that.
make the ship go. That was bad. We're not doing that again. All right.
Okay, great. In that case, what's the best way to get to Drikt's lab? If there's somebody to guide us, if nobody's comfortable with that, then just point it out on the map and we can do it.
It's near the edge of Gemena. I can point it out to you, but Vox will be able to point you in the right direction. I'm not entirely sure, though, how far they'll take you.
Wonderful. Is it okay if we lodge on a ship while repairs are happening, or should we try to
Absolutely. Yes, that should be no problem. Most
Great.
of the work would likely be outside. It sounds like the thrusters are the issue.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, Dr. Leggett, you're out, 50,000? How many credits?
Oh, it was 25,000.
It was 25,000, yeah.
I was able to pay back 25,000, and now it's another 25,000. But we got 5,000, so it's only 20,000 now. 20,000 credits.
20,000 credits.
As he kind of looks into the middle distance.
Well, maybe
I'm 20,000 credits in debt.
still find something useful when we're looking around his workshop.
Yes.
Don't lose heart.
Sorry. Is there anywhere that Dr. Leggett could use his scholarly talents, or would he have to leave Gemena for that?
Scholarly pursuit is not necessary all that much here. It's mostly just keeping things running, keeping the water going.
Right. The practicalities.
Yes. We try and abstain ourselves from any form of technology. We have trouble.
Nona looks slightly guilty at this.
We have. Let's just say we have self-control issues when it comes to that. And unfortunately, in order to be a part of the Crystal Guard, you need to abstain. And once you don't, well, back to sleep you go.
Wonderful. Great. Okay. So.
All right. Huddle. All right. So we have 4 tasks. Yeah. We have 4 tasks, as I understand it.
Okay.
Go to Drikt's lab and we look around. We talk to Garnet Vox about the scene of the crime. We talk to the Opals about the shipyard simultaneously while the crime was happening. And then I guess we could talk to Tony. 4 different pursuits. What do we want to do? People who are good at people, go.
I'm sorry. Do you know this man? Who, accordingly,
Dr. Leggett.
I'm sorry. Do you know the murderer of Drikt?
He's not.
We don't know.
Well, he might be.
We might be.
I don't really know.
You know what? We have to be innocent until proven guilty, and we
That's
can
right.
prove that he's guilty. Oh
That would
man,
be great. Oh!
We've got him.
You did it. Take him away. But yeah, no, it's.
We have a rich and complicated relationship.
we've met him once.
But what a once.
Did he leave an impression?
Seems like he was 3 separate people.
Rude.
I'm excited to hear what new twang he has.
Fine. No, but
So,
actually, I have no preferences. What do y'all want to do?
If Vox is right there, I feel like we should just talk to them first.
I also feel like Tony's probably in the building, so maybe we go deal with that. Deal.
Is
we
that,
go deal with that
is that-
now.
are we killing him?
Oh, telling who?
Never mind.
Okay, sure.
I
Yeah,
don't
let's-
know. I thought Tony was okay.
Oh, wait, shit. We need to talk to. Okay, yeah. No, we should do that first before they.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Before the
Yeah, the nightmares
execution.
are also probably gonna kill him.
All right.
Cool.
Okay.
Brick. Ruby Vox is Ruby Flux. Sorry.
Flux, Vox. You could just do Flux, Vox, Beaker, and Krause.
I'll say Ruby. Ruby, is the prisoner in here or?
Yes, we put together a makeshift brig, so to
Do
speak.
you not have a normal break?
Brigs are normally on ships.
Or like a
You have to
jail?
understand.
Are there not
this-
crimes
this-
here?
There
is-
might not be crimes here.
Why do they have a guard?
It's a militaristic society.
No.
so-
The guard's over the eggs.
this is equivalent to a monastery. You see,
Oh.
very rarely do we have a member of the Crystal Guard, I don't know, stealing or various things.
No, yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, for
It's,
sure.
it's the second bedroom with a bunch of. We had to remove the fluffy pillows though.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah.
You stole
Cool.
that.
That was a She-Ra.
There,
right?
you
She-Ra
stole
and the
that
Princess
I mean,
from
the
Power
rest of
Hour.
She-Ra.
this is a Steven Universe reference.
So is except
I mean, this is
Garnet below Ruby. Are we kidding?
And Tony.
I have to say, due to the hardness scale, a garnet is harder than a ruby is harder than a garnet.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm still gonna be resentful about it.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, cool. Okay, great. There's the second bedroom.
It's the brick.
Cool.
To the brig.
To the brig, I guess. Wait, no.
Brigs are on
Trade.
ships.
Trade.
This is just
Get
a-
contact information.
It's just a jail.
Get contact information.
They
Have
give
a-
contact information.
Perfect. Okay.
They don't have phones.
Oh no,
Oh, wait, no, that one had a compad.
Just shout.
no, they have.
Oh,
they
you're
have,
going to regret that.
They have some technology like
They just
compads and
don't
various things.
modify themselves, and if you
Yeah.
get too close to modifying yourself, say for example building a whole bunch of robots, maybe the temptation is too great. There's a thing they're allowed to have phones. They're
Do
cool
they have?
monks.
Do they have like flip compads
Oh,
that don't have
yes.
like screens?
So
It's
no,
actually
No
like-
smartphones.
It's like a brick compad.
Yeah, so
basically
like an antenna.
Like a Nokia.
Nokia.
Nice.
Yeah. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna go. For some reason, Jeff has given us this wonderful playground of all of these great things we could do, and we have decided that we are going to go interact with Tony. Stars have mercy on us all. Let's go.
You're asked to see the prisoner, and they point you to the brig. And you go through a couple of hallways until you reach another room that kind of has like a glass in front of it, like the reinforced glass. This may have been like at some point in time, almost like a police station. So maybe this is like an interrogation room. And the lock, the door itself seems to be barricaded by various locks. So I guess that's their form of like locking him in. But as you approach, there is a light on in the room. It's a pretty bright light. And you're able to see that who else would it be? It's Tony leaned up against the wall, kind of slowly like banging, like not like hard
Arms
banging.
crossed, one leg cocked, looking cool.
No,
Or-
like on the ground, like
Oh,
kind
I
of like
see.
sitting on the ground.
He's been here
knees
for a
up
bit.
near him. It was 4 days ago, apparently, when
That's
this
right.
happened.
That's right.
And he's kind of just tapping the back of his head against the wall. Yeah. The wiry, spindly man has spiky black hair with a white stripe that's held up by a dark green bandana. The collar of his jacket is flipped to cover the sides of his neck, but it's possible to make out a tattoo of a playing card joker on the right side of his neck. He does not see you approach. It seems that at the very least, like the light inside is bright enough that it's hard to see outside.
Okay, last chance. We could go do something else.
So we're on the other side of a pane of glass, you said?
Basically, yeah.
Mhm.
If you
Like
go
an
up-
interrogation room kind of
Yeah,
situation.
exactly.
but,
yeah, kind of.
This is a bedroom.
But with a two-way glass.
I think that was a joke.
Yeah, that was a
Interesting
joke.
bedroom.
That was a She-Ra reference. It's not actually a bedroom.
I thought that was canon. Okay.
No.
No. It's
Okay.
All right. So I'll be the bad cop.
I will also be the bad cop.
okay.
And
I'll
Nona,
try.
no, you can be the bad cop. That's fine.
Okay, Claire, you got good cop. Let's
Claire,
do this.
you're on good cop.
Nose goes for good cop.
I'm gonna be confusing weird cop. That's my
I
goal.
feel like I fit into that just naturally more.
You can do that. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm here as well.
You're
Why?
science cop.
Cool.
Okay.
Ooh, science cop. You're the one who does like all the.
I'm like the CSI cop.
Yeah, exactly.
You help him with
In
the
the
sound
lab
bag.
cop.
The one in the lab who's like always like got the like Slurpee or the
Right.
lollipop.
Yeah. Okay, I can do that. I can
Alex
do that.
goes up.
He's gonna
and
mess this up.
Alex goes up and taps the glass like
Like-
like it's an aquarium.
Zoo.
He's like, just like a couple of little fingertips. And, hey, look at me.
Tony,
Look at me. Stop sitting there.
Tony lifts up his head.
Claire, this
and,
is
like,
the
looks.
worst zoo you've ever brought me to.
He says, "Hello."
Tony LeBeau. Tonight you will be visited by 5 ghosts.
Oh yeah.
Ghosts of Christmas past. Ghost of Christmas a couple years ago.
I know you.
Christmas presents. Christmas in a couple years. And Christmas future.
Alex?
That one is death.
Alex, is that you?
Yes, Tony. Hello.
Oh my God. I am so happy to see you.
You don't
I hate
actually
that.
see us?
And well, no, I can't see you. Can you
Are we allowed to?
I don't think we can turn out the lights.
who's with you right now? I assume probably it would be Vox that's with you right now.
Yeah, whoever you want.
And says, you want him to be able to see you?
No, very, very
Southern
rarely.
Torq that just happened right there. Oh, that's going to be interesting.
Amazing. Bless your heart.
Yeah.
Just do it.
yeah.
It's too weird if we don't.
It's good. Yeah,
And-
I guess.
At that, like the Vox turns off the lights on the inside, and Tony says, "Oh my God, thank you. Are you guys gotta help me out here, right?
No waves.
I need." They think I killed like this really, really important Torq, and I didn't. I didn't. You know me, guys, right?
So, Tony,
Yeah.
looks like you're in a whole lot of trouble, pal. Why don't you tell us what you were doing here to start with?
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. So, all right. That task, that thing that we were talking about when we last met. Right. Ringing any bell? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So did a little bit of digging, did a little bit of looking. Not a whole lot of stuff, not a whole lot of things about thing that I found, but I found one thing, one lead, only one pre-screen. The Travelers. I don't know much more than that. They seem to be some group or something from like before the screen even happened, right? So I go back. I go back to Glazov 5 and like, where's the best, treasure trove of pre-screen knowledge out there? Closest one, Dimos. Got the whole nanite field, right? There's a whole bunch of cities out there untouched by time or by people or scavengers, right? Only
Yeah.
problem is the reason why it's not touched by time or scavengers.
You're trying to go treasure hunt in the nanite field.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
we got it.
well, so I
Keep going.
Okay.
I had a reason to believe that Drikt had maps of the nearby city of Neo Opus, right? And so, I get a letter of introduction from Dix and Zix. Turns out they were, used to be one Torq.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they like split, and that's why it's, Dix and Zix.
That doesn't track, but yeah, keep going.
But they were in they were in good with
My
like,
name's Alex. Like Alex, does that mean no? I don't want to go down this rabbit hole.
like they were one of the last diamonds before Drikt, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they were
for them.
here. I'm not entirely sure how they ended up with the Paragon freelancers, but at one point, probably like 150, 200 years ago, they were a diamond here as a crystal guard. And so, that carries some weight. I got, their like, go ahead, letter of introduction, come here, go to Drikt, being like, all right, this is going to go great. And I meet him and he admits to having the maps and then refuses to give them to me. And not like, I don't want them. Like,
Why?
Killed him.
Did he give any reason?
he claimed it was too dangerous and that he didn't want the death of a scavenger on his conscience. Which, like, well, that's a load of horse shit, right?
That's very
That's
funny.
right.
No, I like
Why
that.
would you care?
The death of a scavenger.
And so I was like, I don't even need like the originals. Just give me a copy so I can go in there and figure things out myself.
Well,
And he
that
was,
argument is flawed compared to his.
well, yeah, that's before he said, you didn't let me finish the story.
My bad.
Like the story
It's
went
taking a
like,
while.
hey, can I have the maps? And then he was like, no. And I was like, I don't even need like the physical ones. Just give me a copy. And then he gave me the reason. So he kind of, ruined
Got
the
it.
flow there.
I'm sorry.
Anyway,
Just trying to be engaged.
Don't
here.
apologize to
so
him.
That's right.
I wasn't going to leave. Like, this is a great, lead. And I'm not going to just travel out into a nanite field with a beacon that might run out of power and have nanites, eat me and my skull and all of that. So
They eat bones too. So cool.
as far as I understand it, they just kind of like erase you completely. Like you just kind of turn into a mist. Yeah.
That's a lot.
So that's why I wanted the maps, right? Yeah. And so, I needed those maps. I knew where they were. And I decided to go in, in the middle of the night and just, download them. That's it. Download them.
Okay,
You
so
wouldn't download
Tony.
a car.
all right, confession one.
So
This is not looking good for your story.
I understand that. I admit to maybe trying to do some, a little bit of light breaking and entering and possibly a little bit of robbery. I feel like that's a gray area because I'm not actually stealing anything. I'm just copying a thing. Anyway, we don't have to argue about the
data theft.
the morality of this right now.
It's the future. Data theft is pretty. There's laws.
All I know is I tripped a silent alarm. They found me, and then they found a dead Torq in there with me. I didn't do it. I didn't see him. I was in the library the whole time. They found him in the study.
I was over on the bench.
They found him in the study.
So-
Did they find a murder weapon?
I don't know what the murder weapon is. They just arrested me.
Oh,
And you
never
said you saw him earlier the same day.
Yes, I saw him the same day.
And he was
Very alive.
fine then, not
Vox.
extra crystally or any.
Vox, I know your stubby little ass is out there. You were with me too. You know I didn't do this. And you just hear Vox kind of like grumble next to you all.
mind. You were there during the break-in time?
Are you on his side?
No. I accompanied him to Drikt the first time around.
Visit 1.
I did not accompany him on visit 2. I found him on visit 2.
When you were alone in his house at night after you broke in and no one else was there. Is that right?
Not a good
No,
look.
that's it.
Yeah, and,
So
and
I'm
also,
talking back to Tony.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
and also a dead Drikt was in there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But who's in the study and who's in the library now?
I'm in the library. He's in the study.
Okay, perfect.
There's a whole workshop in between the two of them. I never even said like it was on the other side of the whole compound.
And how many secret passages are we talking about?
Okay.
I do not ask that. I'm sorry.
It's just a couple of rooms. I don't know,
I was making a clue joke. I'm sorry.
but like I'm close on this thing. I think like there's a library in Neo Opus that I think I could, if I get out of here, right? I could take you guys to. We can learn a little bit about, that not necessarily problem, but more information about, certain happenings.
Okay, really fast. It's been a tick. Are we talking about the 2-strand Spirit of the Ancients thing, or are we talking about something else? Because I honestly do not remember, and I don't want to go back.
Okay, you're
I'm calling out Jeff here.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm not going to say that out loud.
So the thing that Tony was going to look into was the thing that him and he claimed Claire also had.
The second ability thing.
Yes. And that's what caused. So yeah, just as a reminder, Tony is a meta scion of some type, but he is not a normal meta scion. He claimed he didn't grow up with powers. His father died and then they just kind of appeared one day. And so this allows him to see metadimensional energy within people, identify psychics, and then additionally, he has the ability to tug at that metadimensional energy and kind of
use
borrow
it.
the powers.
Right. Because he's rogue.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Reminding everybody.
Yes,
He's
But
rogue.
he doesn't kill.
rogue.
He doesn't kill with the touch.
No.
But he takes away your powers
away
and then
We've
He
never
doesn't take
fully
them away.
tested it on
Yeah.
Nona. I don't know exactly what would happen. It'd be weird.
you
Maybe
actually
robot
did.
energy.
You had me roll for it and I blocked him out super hard because I'm awesome.
Yes. Anyway,
Go to hell.
so yes, that is what he's talking about. He's talking
Okay.
about this kind of like second strand of metadimensional energy that's in Claire and the thing that he got.
I thought so. I just wanted to make sure we weren't down a rabbit hole. Cool. Anyway, thank you.
So you guys, you're gonna help me out, right? You're gonna get me out of this. I can give you some.
Yeah.
I can give you that information, right?
Yeah,
Like,
no, you're definitely going to give us that information.
And he kind of puts his hands in his head and says, "Okay, how much is this going to cost me?"
We'll find out.
We'll
We'll have to think of
open
we'll
a
have to
tab.
do
What
like-
you got?
a lawyer fee. There's some investigation that we're
Although,
gonna have to
if
do.
you know,
I'm
feet
in
on
with like
boots on
the Paragon
ground.
freelancers. They really like me, and that
They really like us.
Oh, they
But where are
they
Dixon's
kinda
dicks?
we
Where
like
are
got
me.
you a
Dixon's dicks
base,
now?
and then we got you more of a base.
Right, but like guys, you gotta help me.
No, I know.
We're
Tony,
just messing with you.
listen, Tony.
Although I would be very interested sometime in the future to talk a little bit more about what you found out about the travelers.
That's it. There's very little about them. As far as
Not a good look.
I'm sorry. That's why I was going to Neo Opus to try and find more information. There's like, I don't know, some like group, it's like
So pre-screen
group
Group
people.
of people.
I don't know.
Presumably they travel.
I don't know the information that I've gotten seems to imply that they had weird abilities that were not explained by normal understanding of psychics at the time. And so they were like half superheroes, half circus group. I don't know. They went
That's
around
amazing.
showing
Painting
off
quite a picture.
weird abilities. I don't know that I don't. They may have been like some sort of gang. The information is scarce and also had to be translated through several different mediums. So I'm not entirely sure if the full context was there. But yeah, that's kind of the idea. They have some kind of powers, and when one member of their party kind of like, and he puts up his fingers in like the quotes like left and put air quotes around it, another one would show up looking very similar, but still having the same powers.
So are we talking like one went out stage left and then came in stage right? or-
I'm talking like one ceased to exist as far as the information showed, and then another
Killed or
one,
naturally died?
I don't know, just was no longer a part of the gang.
Okay.
All right. Listen, Tony. I don't think there's anything we can do for you. No, I'm sorry. I'm fucking with you.
At the very least,
you
can you
have your
just like
affairs in
get
order?
Dixon Six and like have them,
We can
lawyer
we
me
can
out of this?
We can try to send word. Absolutely. While you are sneaking around, because you've admitted to sneaking around,
Yeah.
did you see anything else? Any other sign of entry? Any other noises, weird noises that you just kind of dismissed? Anything at all there?
I mean, the lights in the workshop were on. It was dead quiet. That was a poor choice of words. Not.
All right. When
Can I-
did? Yeah, go ahead.
Can I get try to get a read on Tony? See if it seems like he's withholding something in
Yeah,
this
can you do like a
interrogation?
charisma notice check, please?
I can try. Five.
As far as you know, he's telling you the whole truth. He does seem to be genuinely scared, and he seems to be genuine when he says that he did not kill Drikt and everything else that he's saying. You can't tell if he's trying to hide anything, though.
All right.
I'm gonna first of all, how close attention is Garnet Vox?
They're just kind of hanging out in the
Yeah.
area, listening to this conversation. Their eyes did kind of like peek a couple of times when it seemed like you guys knew each other.
Fair enough. I'm gonna kind of move over and like nudge Claire.
Hi. Yeah.
I put my hand to the side of my head and I just kind of in the direction of Tony. Can you
Oh, yeah.
just keep it?
Yeah. Do you want me to ask anything in particular?
As much as you can get about the night.
Okie doke. And she kind of reaches her. She doesn't do whoop.
Good. I'm gonna move between her and Vox just to kind of like hide the fact that that's happening.
Yeah. I mean, telepathy is very subtle.
Yeah.
to begin with.
Except when she puts her hands to the sides of her head, Jeff.
She's formed a bad habit.
She does the like comic book like rings, like Aquaman,
She
like going
projects
massaging her
rings
temples.
out into the universe. Does not need to happen.
creatures of the deep.
And like
You'll never be Ocean Lord.
Amazing.
Tony seems to still a little bit and calm down and just kind of very focuses a little bit inward.
All right. Alex will also try to distract the Garnet while it's like quiet, so that we're not just standing around here in silence. And he'll be like, "Garnet, has this like lined up with that? Where did you kind of and try to get like kind of an account of things from the Garnet's point of view?"
Where do you want me to start from?
The beginning. I guess like why did you start heading over towards the building? And this can all be like background information while that conversation's happening, or however you want to handle it.
Yeah, we can do this one. This seems like it might have some relevant information.
Well, Molly started heading over there because the silent alarm was tripped off. Went in, found the man in the room. Then I did a quick search to make sure Drikt was okay, and
You found him in which room? The study?
he
like
was
you
in
said?
this. Found the boy in the library. Found Drikt in the study.
Okay. Who did you find first?
The boy.
Got it. Okay. Did he have weapons on him?
Unfortunately, none that I could find.
Oh, well, there's at least that, Tony. So, cool. He normally has I think,
Sniper rifle.
yeah, ranged.
At that, Claire whispers in your mind and says, He also brought along his sword. You know, the little like katana-like thing, like the short
I
katana.
forgot about the katana.
He threw it underneath the bookcase when people were around. He swears he didn't use it, but he definitely had a weapon on him.
But like us.
He used it to pry open the window.
Okay. Great. Where was the silent alarm tripped? How long do you think it would have taken you to respond after the alarm tripped?
5 minutes at most.
It's very impressive.
Thanks.
A very good response time.
I got short legs. You gotta really work, get that far and that fast.
Yeah, no, definitely. Okay. Wonderful. Great. I don't know if we have anything else to do here.
So you hold on. You guys, you're coming back, right? Like I'm gonna see you again. I'm not gonna meet the business end of like one of these V guns that they got going on
And
here.
at the very least, we can probably come back before that.
Yeah, we're gonna
Okay.
we're gonna check
Right.
out the building. Yeah, think
I
we
look
can come
at
back.
Garnet Fox.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, we can come back and see him.
When's his
before-
court date?
We haven't decided yet because we haven't told everyone else that
Right.
Drikt is dead.
Oh, right. Okay, so we don't know. We don't know, Tony.
Yeah,
Okay.
hang tight.
All right.
Have you eaten?
He's been fed.
Okay.
Yeah. They don't have great food. Like not. But
You're in prison.
I was about to say thank you, Nona. So yeah, all right. I'll be here, cool, hanging out, just right here.
All right. Great.
All right,
Cool.
see you, Tony.
Hang around.
Bye.
Not doing anything else. All right. So you guys have talked to Tony. Where are you all headed next?
Okay. So
So we've talked to Tony.
We've
sort
also
of talked to
kind of
Vox.
talked to Vox. I feel like we got a lot of information off of that, but we didn't necessarily do I don't know, Jeff, you tell us. Did we do the full bullet point there?
I feel like that's giving you away information, so I can neither confirm nor deny you've gotten all of the information that is useful out of Vox.
Cool.
All right, sure. Let's.
I think at the very least we circle back on that one. I don't
Sure.
think we can get
Yeah.
too much more without.
How about let's look at the building for ourselves and then maybe circle back and see if he has anything else to
All
add.
right, let's go get possessed by a dead Torq, people.
Garnet, I have, as we're walking towards the building, Garnet, I have one more question. How busy of a day was it at the shipyard, the day of the death?
Couple ships coming in and out. Courier for Drikt brought a crate of something, delivered it to his warehouse, his workshop.
Cool.
The workshop, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's usual, just a shipment of some kind of something?
Yeah, he does some work in the workshop. Stuff that he shouldn't
Of course.
necessarily do, but yeah, he gets stuff occasionally.
How big was the crate?
Pretty big crate.
Yeah, okay. Guys, I figured it out.
Well, we all have our vices. I, for example, love drugs.
He does. We've seen it. As does this one
No, I'm
over
okay. I'm
here.
fine with
Points at
drugs.
Claire.
Not here, not now.
It's a cop.
All right.
But he's cool. You're cool.
I'm cool.
He does the marijuana. You can tell.
Okay, great.
I like a little devil's lettuce every now and again.
And yeah.
Happy weeknight, everyone.
So, are you guys are heading to the crime scene itself?
Yeah, we're gonna go look at
Yeah.
Yes.
now we're gonna go look for boxes.
Yeah.
And exploded open boxes.
And so you approach, and at some point, like you see this little squat structure a ways off, similar, sort of crystalline building pattern around some kind of existing infrastructure. And all of a sudden, like Vox just stops, like dead in his tracks.
Yeah.
Probably, couple 100 yards away. Says, "That's it over there."
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great. Will you be waiting here for us, or do you have another post to return to?
My post was tricked, so
Oh,
I'll be here.
okay. Well then. Thank you for your duty.
Yeah.
Cool. We cross. We start making our way to the building.
Mhm.
When I think we're out of earshot, I'm gonna kind of whisper, "How long do you think one has to wait until the ghost leaves? Like, when is it gonna be okay for them to come back over? Is that just a forever thing?"
Depends on the type of ghost. It could be like, if it's like if its soul is attached to like an object, the
This-
object might deteriorate, the object might move around. It might be like an earthbound spirit that's more kind of bound to the area itself.
It sounds like it's more that one. Because if
We
it's bound
don't
to
know.
an
I have no
object-
idea.
Well, no, because they're worried specifically that the spirit is not bound to a body. So that feels like to me like
Is
it
this a
would be-
serious conversation? I mean, we can ask them how long they're going to be worried about it, but there's not a.
I'm just
They
curious.
might just be worried about it for like a long time. It could.
I guess,
some legends just kind of never go out of style.
I mean, this stuff never happens here. No one ever dies, I guess. So
That's right.
Yeah.
So it's not really a situation because if you did this on a normal human planet, you would have to be avoiding so many buildings.
Yeah.
Y'all
I don't
die
know.
so easily.
Yeah. No, it's super cool. All right.
Anyway, we're there now.
Yeah, you arrive at this structure, and it's just as it was described to you. There's one large door that seems to lead into some kind. The door itself is just it's open. You peer inside and you notice it has some kind of foyer area.
Mhm.
A quick glance in some of the windows on either side notices there's one room that is just wall to wall filled with various books in various states. Some of them pristine, some of them like decayed practically. And in the other is a flickering light that also appears to be a little bit more like cozy, also has some bookcases here and there, but a lot more pristine. And you notice like the edge of some kind of wooden desk.
Do I notice anything that looks like a camera, like security camera, recording devices around?
You do not.
Okay.
I'm torn. I want to read all the books, but I also want to go looking for that box. You know what? Roll for it.
Oh, no.
Okay, we're gonna stay on plot.
They're flavor books, Kirsten. I could give you some information if you want, but they're mostly flavor books.
I mean,
There better be some useful
to be
books.
fair, the reason why we were visiting Drikt in the first place
Was
was
information.
because of
Yeah, no, I get that.
his previous life, his musings on Dr. Samantha Calvin, his previous life's friendship with Dr. Samantha Calvin. So, like,
Mhm.
I just saying. Anyway, that's fine. We'll stay on plot. I'm gonna go looking for a box.
I'm gonna look under the bookshelves for Tony's katana.
Okay, so you're entering the house. I was trying
Yes.
to.
Oh
describe
yeah,
it.
yeah. No. Sorry. Yes, we're in.
So you enter the house. The foyer area has an open room to the left of you that appears to be the library that
Right.
Tony was in. On the directly in front of you are stairs that lead up to some kind of second floor. Actually, on closer inspection, it seems to be some kind of like loft that just houses some kind of bed and like a little table. A door in front of you next to the stairs that appears to be cracked open, and that appears to be the workshop. And then on your right is the study. The door is completely closed. Where do you guys want to go?
I think we should immediately split up and start looking for clues.
And cover more ground that way.
It's true. I'll take the upstairs.
Excellent. I can kill you off much easier this way.
That's right.
Argos and I will take the upstairs.
Ruh-roh, Alex.
Like, come on, Argos. Oh, excuse me.
Oh,
So who's is Leggett with us? Is he Fred?
You wouldn't be caught dead in an ascot. No, he's Velma.
Yeah, fair.
Okay.
He can't see without his glasses.
Oh God, I'm Freddy.
So what's the state of the foyer and the couple of like little hallways and stuff that we're walking through? Everything's still like well put together.
Yeah. In fact, like you in the foyer itself, there doesn't appear to be any like sign of commotion, nothing knocked over, nothing scratched, nothing damaged. That includes the little loft area as well that you can see from here.
I mean, we should probably actually go up there at some point, but
Okay.
Yeah. My interest is in trying to track Tony's story, both from what he told us and then also what Claire picked up. So I want to look for the katana that's under the bookshelf, but also for the window that he says he broke in through.
Yeah.
nice.
So you go to the library. Can I have you? You can do either an intelligence notice check or a wisdom
I
notice
think
check.
we're all sticking together.
Yeah, you can all do that then.
Cool.
I
I
don't know
was
if there's a
joking
better
about this
notice. There's like
splitting
no investigate, unfortunately.
I rolled really bad. 4.
Okay.
I got a 9.
All right.
A 10.
Okay.
Damn it.
You got good instincts, Micah. You just don't know where the right place where to look.
Not the execution, but the plan was there.
You know what? Because you were told specifically, you take a look underneath the some of the library shelves, and you do see
A snake.
It bites you. Make a Constitution saving roll.
Not like this.
Why does it
You
have
find
snakes?
a short katana like weapon, one that you've seen before. You know it to be Tony's. It seems to have been shoved underneath the room. It's the bookshelf. Underneath the bookshelf. It's
The BBs.
underneath the bookshelf itself. That sounds not great. Anyway, Nona, one of the things that you notice as you take a look around the perimeter is one of the windows, the latch, the area around the latch seems to be like really scratched up as if something had been wedged in between the pane and kind of like shimmied.
Sure.
Kind of goes in line with what
And that's the only one.
Tony was said. Yeah, only one. Alex, what you notice is there appear to be While this room itself seems to be very well kept, there definitely is like a small layer of dust in some places. And you do notice that there seem to be fingerprints on various parts of the bookshelf. Like someone was like looking for something in particular. Definitely there are like streaks where a book was maybe pulled out or something, but it's not like ramshackle, right? It's not like someone just put their entire hand behind all of the books and pushed them out onto the floor. They do seem to be a little less neat in some areas. So someone definitely kind of rummaged through here, but tried to be a little stealthy about it.
If I was any other character, damn it.
All right. So I'm not sure if this is Tony looking around or if there's another culprit here.
What do you mean?
There's a little bit of disturbance in the dust, which is odd. Maybe it's just not a very well used library, or maybe there's just a couple of
downloading
sections
maps.
Yeah. So is the dust doesn't extend like all over the floor where we would be able to see footprints or anything, does it?
No, it's mostly just on the bookshelves itself.
Yeah.
What books? If I like kind of go over in that area and like move a couple of those back to peek at the covers, what do they say?
Yeah, you do notice that there are some that are completely paper bound, some of which completely be like handwritten journals, like some kind of accounts. Not a quick look, and you don't recognize the person who's talking. Maybe some kind of accounts from a person from like the nearby Neo Opus who was maybe keeping a journal pre-Scream. You take another one out, and you actually notice that it's a collection of hard drives and various like USBs. It's just like a wealth of knowledge, but not necessarily organized in any particular way. There's you actually notice that there's some that just kind of like loose leaf pieces of paper that seem to be wedged in between some books, some maps that seem to be scrolled up together. It's a little bit of a mishmash of things, but there do appear to be various drives here as well, some of which are labeled local fauna of the Dimos, or local fauna of Fistos, or local fauna of Gal.
God.
But just like a whole bunch of
There's
like,
a lot of this.
it's a wide range.
He's into
of
the
things.
animals.
Big fan of fauna.
This we know.
And
One fact, write that down.
a lot of stuff around things that were pre-Scream.
Fauna. Nona, is this anything you're kind of interested in? There's a lot of hard drives, but I don't know. I don't know what else to make of all of this stuff.
I'm going to take out one of the hard drives kind of at random
Okay.
and do a very bad computer security thing and plug it directly into my computer.
You've uploaded a virus and it's now bricked. No, it's fine.
It's not Drikt.
This seems to be a database of various measurements of different types of materials used in construction. It's just, there's no rhyme or reason why a lot of this information is here. It seems to be just a hodgepodge of various things. The biggest through line does appear to be an interest in anything pre-Scream.
Sure. Fair enough.
I think just Tony looking for stuff, maybe.
Anything on True AI?
I'm going to keep that 9 that you rolled earlier.
Sure.
You do a quick scan around the room, particularly for anything around robotics technology and True AI in particular. And a lot of the information here has nothing to do with technology. It seems to be a lot more living pre-Scream.
Cool.
And like how maybe various, governmental bodies worked and just life itself, but nothing really around the technology.
Got it. Anything on the travelers?
Not that immediately comes to your attention.
Cool.
Great.
It's fine.
Do you want that information right now?
No.
Don't worry. You'll get it later.
Yeah, I know. That's something else. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Philip knows.
They didn't tell us that we couldn't take anything from here. We could just pack the stuff up.
No. It's fine.
Maybe we should go look for that crate or check out the study or the workshop.
Yeah, sounds good.
I think the workshop's on the way to the study. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's hit up the workshop.
Yeah, so you guys leave the library and head into the workshop. It's you've seen Torq workshops before. They have a bit of a scatterbrained organizational method. Again, a lot of things everywhere, but there's a lot of tech in this room. Definitely appears to err towards the side of robotics of some kind, something that you're aware from talking to Flux was not necessarily kosher, but it was Drikt, so maybe he got away with it. But yeah, very similar lab almost. There's like familiar streaks to the lab that you found EDI 246 in. Like there's a slab for working on various, robotic parts. There do appear to be forms of various like shells just kind of about something like, EDI 246 or ADM 141. Thank you. I couldn't remember the number. Adam. And so, but none of them awake at your presence. They all seem to be fairly inert. But one of the things that you notice in this lab is something that was mentioned earlier. There was a package that Drikt got on the day of his death. It's quite a large box. You take a look inside, and it seems to be a crate of various containers of this synthesized, shimmering, viscous liquid. You put it up to the light and kind of let the light shine through it, and the contents give off various shades of very cool colors. You got some blues, purples, some greens, different saturations and colors just all kind of come through that. You notice within this crate, one such jar has actually cracked, and the fluid seemed to initially flood out its contents into the crate itself that they were all shipped in. But as soon as it hit air, it seemed to have crystallized into some kind of structure such that the cracked contents started to leak out, and now you just kind of have this frozen in time spilt glass with a break in it. You also notice that when you look inside and see these jars, and you look at the box itself, there's a mismatch. You look around the workshop, there are not enough jars to fill all of the space in this crate. One thing that you do notice about this crate, though, is it is some kind of advanced shipping material. This is not standard wood. It seemed to have been pressurized in some way so that no oxygen could get in or out of this container and had to be unsealed manually.
Unsealed manually, like...
I guess most boxes have to be unsealed manually. This is not just, this is not like plywood that's all kind of like stapled together. This is some kind of like pressurized clean box. What was ever getting shipped in here had to be clean. It had to not have air inside of it.
Which makes sense because of the liquid and the thing, right?
Exactly.
Sure.
But there does appear to be a lot more space in here than was strictly necessary.
Does the crate have to be opened from the outside?
Yes, you look at the top of the lid and it appears that it requires some form of meta tool to open. This was not just like a turn a knob and it all kind of unlocks. It was kind of welded shut and then needed a meta tool to kind of break that seal.
Sure. And how much extra space is in the crate, Jeff?
What do you mean?
I think you know it. I mean, we got to go. It's late. It's a sizable amount. Could I fit in there?
Probably.
Could two of me fit in there?
No, it would probably
All right,
would be
perfect.
Too
Thank
snug
you.
for that.
1.5.
Maybe 1.5. Depends on the half.
Cool. Okay.
Okay. Is there anything else of interest lying around the workshop, stuff he was working on, or just those kind of old shells and stuff that you mentioned?
Nothing in particular that seemed to be actively in work. A lot of tinkering seemed to have gone on in here.
Okay.
I would like to take a closer look at the liquid and especially the like crystallized form stuff.
Okay.
I'm wondering, so we know how true AI is created.
Yep.
And this involves a device that kind of 3D prints a thing, and then you also layer with psychic energy of some sort. Yes?
Yeah, that's kind of the idea. You put on a layer, and then it requires some tool that allows a psychic, a telekinetic of some kind, to manipulate that kind of layer, to program it, quote unquote, almost.
Based on what I know around this, how likely is this the sort of 3D printing material?
Could you make an int note check for me, please?
Int, no, sure.
You know what? I'll have Leggett do it as well.
Thank you. I got an 8.
You did better than him.
Oh.
You
You're useless to me.
You hypothesize that this liquid could be used in such, like, you obviously haven't done this study yourself.
Sure. I was wondering specifically, the reason why I wanted to look at the hardened one is because I've seen a bunch of shells, or not shells. I've seen a bunch of cores. I've seen a bunch of shattered cores. Like, any familiarity there is, I guess,
there is. The color seems interesting, but it's a lot cloudier. It's not super refined.
Sure.
Additionally, the material seems to have been hardened in some way that it's a little bit more pliable. It has crystallized, as in, like, it's now solid, but if you kind of take a piece of it, it's not super brittle. And that just kind of snaps off. There's like a little bend to it, and then it snaps, which seems to imply that, like, the connections itself, like, to itself, were not, like, built in such a way that, like, it was really structured. But yeah, you think that this could very well be the material that is needed to build a true AI core. You would have to probably do a little bit more testing, but that is a decent hypothesis.
Cool. If I took a piece with me, could I do that later?
Yeah, you can take a whole jar.
Oh, don't touch that. Don't touch that yet.
Just if I reach out for it and then I'm told not to.
Just a second. I want to take a couple of pictures, and I want to focus on the cracked one. You said there was a cracked file.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. First piece of evidence. Drikt, by all means, is a very careful person. This is a new material. I don't see anything else that's broken or cracked. If this is something nice, something that he really cares about, why is this broken here? And if Tony never came in, something else happened. This is a high quality box, really nice box.
It's a good box.
Yep, and it came in the same day.
I don't think it'll break on ship.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
Sketchy.
now you can steal. No.
Oh, thanks. I will take one.
You've taken one.
Cool. I now have that. How much does it weigh?
I might take one of these myself.
Oh, go nuts.
No one's going to mind if we tamper with this crime scene. No one else is coming in.
That's right.
that's
like
true.
ever.
Yeah.
And as long as we take pictures before we... I love it. And we also don't have to worry about... I was so worried about the sword.
Yeah, I'm going to run back and get Tony's sword.
Well, no. If you bring it out, then they'll know
We'll
it
just
was
have to
in
hide
there.
it.
Yeah, if you leave it in here, they're never going to find it.
Yeah, it's
And
true,
also,
fine.
he can't get
it's
it
not
back.
that good a sword. We'll leave it here.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Whichever.
You know what? Go look at the sword.
I was just
Let's
gonna
figure
steal
this
it,
out.
but-
We need to know.
I have a nicer sword at home. That's fine.
All right.
Does Micah have a nicer sword?
I have a big ass sword that I stole from what's her face.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're so right.
She has a freaking
Wait,
Sephiroth
that
sword.
one's not actually usable by you.
Who uses swords?
Oh, fair enough.
All right.
We'll come back for it later.
So you guys done working the crime scene? No need to go in the study now.
Yes, obviously.
We
Yeah,
might
can do
get
this
there.
today.
All right. So you guys head into the study, and as described before, the light is on. You have a chair that upon it is a ashen gray Torq, very similar, carapace armor that's crystalline, but it has 5 distinct triangles down either one of their shoulders. You notice that the bottom, like their toes, all the way up, kind of reaching up to the middle of their chest, has started like this crystallization process underneath this carapace of armor. And you also notice that the legs and kind of like the lower belly is shattered on the ground. So it is just the upper portion of this Torq laying on the chair. You have a desk in front of you. And then additionally, you have another 2 bookcases kind of like flanking either side of this room. What do you guys do?
Oh, there he is.
Looking for signs of a struggle.
I want to get a closer look at his crystals also.
Micah, you take a couple of steps up to the remains of Drikt. And as you start to take a closer look at the legs, an image flashes in front of you.
Huh?
And it goes, boom! You all kind of jump. And then it goes, hello! If you're seeing this, I am dead.
There is a ghost.
Was this just a thing pre-Scream people did? Like they just left?
This is post-Scream. They have no excuse.
No, well, he's at what, or they were at one point pre-Scream. Kyle Reed at one point. I'm at this point. Dr. Samantha Calvin. We're gonna find her, and she's gonna be like, "Hi."
While this is
Yeah,
happening,
because she's definitely dead.
the hologram seems to continue without acknowledging that there seems to have been
Shit, rewind.
Go back. Boop, boop. Ah, shit, you went too far.
Hello.
Commercials.
If you're seeing this VI program, I, Drikt, am dead. I was creating the event of premature crystallization, or if the worst should happen.
And that is where we'll end today's episode.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's pretty cool.
yeah.
Who did he think that this was gonna be for?
Yeah, I know,
That's what I'm
right?
interested
I'm
in.
literally just wondering. That does sound like something I would totally do, though. Like, I'm just gonna leave this here on the off chance.
He did
Somebody.
also specifically go,
Yeah, that's right.
I hope you guys aren't cowards.
Got that,
I don't want cowards investigating my murder. Are you
Garnet
kidding me?
Box actually did see this, but ran away as soon as he said no.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fascinating thing.
What an